As travel restrictions are finally easing up, I know that everyone would want to visit Turkey and its most famous city, Istanbul. And as someone who visited Istanbul last year, I know a little bit about navigating through the city. So, if this is your first time visiting, here are 5 things to avoid in Istanbul. Let's cue the intro. Alright, let's go. Okay, so at number 5, don't visit the Blue Mosque. The reason being is that it's under renovation until 2024, so literally everything is covered up. Also, it's only open for Muslims very briefly, only during prayer times. So yeah, if you're a Muslim and you still want to go for prayers, feel free. You won't get to see anything special. As I said, it's all covered up inside. Instead, do visit the Hagia Sophia, which is literally right across the Blue Mosque. It's open to everyone and it's beautiful inside. During prayer times, non-Muslims are asked to clear the prayer hall and just go a little back behind this fence, but they can still see everything inside. Alright, at number 4, don't talk to strangers. I know this is a very common travel tip for any country, but you really want to avoid talking to strangers, and especially those who start the conversation and act really sweet, because chances are they're trying to scam you. I will elaborate on this with personal anecdotes. So the first type of people that you want to avoid are the salespeople. They'll come in all shapes and sizes. Some will try to sell you cheap fake perfume, so obviously you want to avoid them unless you want cheap fake perfume for some reason. So I'm at the Bosphorus shore during sunset, and it's really beautiful, really pretty, also really busy during that time. When I noticed this Pakistani man trying to look at me, and he was obviously trying to start up a conversation, but I just ignored him and I pretended that I didn't notice him and I walked away. Later on, my dad said that he just had a conversation in Urdu with that same dude. He was talking about how he was so happy to finally see a Pakistani family and that he wanted to invite us for dinner. But my dad said that he appreciated the gesture but excused him. Turns out this is a common scam where people invite these tourists from their respective country for dinner to a restaurant. They order a lot of food and then when it comes time to pay, they pin it on the tourists and force them to pay. Okay, number 3, don't rent a car. This is for people visiting the first time who will most likely be sticking to the touristy spots. The roads are really busy and the drivers here are crazy, so if you're not a good driver, you will not survive. And Istanbul is a huge city, and if this isn't your first time and you know how the traffic operates, then definitely go ahead, rent a car. This will allow you to explore the outskirts of the city and places not accessible by public transport. Alright, at number 2, this is similar to my previous tip, but don't bother with Uber or taxis. If you do use the Uber app, it basically calls the taxis. It acts like a taxi app. They aren't super expensive, but Istanbul has a really good and easy public transportation system. Most tourists will probably just stick to the modern tram system, which is really convenient because it runs throughout the Sultan Ahmed district where the Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia are located. But there are also underground metros, buses, and even ferries to use. Another reason I say to avoid taxis are because drivers can also try to scam you. My dad fell for a scam by this taxi driver who gave him a fake 100 Turkish lira bill. My dad didn't notice until later because he dropped him off in the middle of a very congested road and he had got a lot of traffic behind him waiting. So obviously he tried to get my dad to hurry up, and during that time he switched one of the bills during that transaction. Obviously there will be situations where you have to use taxis, and that doesn't mean that all drivers are bad. I also had a really good experience with one taxi driver that dropped us from the airport to the hotel. Those taxis are different, they're larger, they're like more luxurious type. They're also operated by a larger company. So what had happened was that I actually had dropped my iPhone in that taxi. I literally turned the hotel room upside down trying to find it, and my mom was like, try to contact the taxi company. So I do that. I got the WhatsApp number of the driver and it turned out that he had my iPhone, and he even came all the way back to the hotel to drop it. So brother Yunus, wherever you are, may God bless you. Alright, here's the last tip. When you're booking your hotel room, don't book it for your complete stay and only book it for a night or two. This is because the photos used by hotel booking websites are super catfishy. If you arrive there and you're content with the room, then you can book for more days while you're there. But if you aren't happy, then you can easily move to a different hotel, because there are a plethora of hotel options. Usually I'm pretty good at avoiding being catfished by hotels, but Istanbul really got me. The massive suite I saw in photos wasn't really that massive in real life. The washrooms weren't in the best state either. It's worse because a friend of mine gave me this tip and I didn't listen to him because I thought it would be a hassle to move, you know, with all my family and all the luggage that we had. But yeah, we ended up moving regardless, and had to lose some money on the remainder of the nights. We ended up booking a much larger Airbnb, which was nice at first, but that's a story for another day. There you go. Those are 5 things to avoid in Istanbul. If you want a 5 things to do in Istanbul video, comment below and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Where did you get here? What the heck? My cats. Okay. That's it for the outro. I'll catch you guys later.